So welcome to what I think is like the 9th installment of the Eye to Eye series, Colloquial Timestamp, where we do like video call interview things with people. Today we have Qtion with us. Hello, Qtion.
What are you saying? You good? I'm blessed.
Not bad, not bad. I'll be right in thinking that you're coming from a late night studio session right now, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't say late night, but I mean, these days it might as well be called late night, innit? So
Yeah. And you're actually like the latest call we've done on one of these, because all of them have been like 4 p.m. or before. So like right now, if it was late, 10 p.m. or whatever, like not
that's
that late.
night shifts for you, baby. That's just night
Yeah.
shifts for you, man. That's what it is. That's what it is.
So like, I'd like to start by introducing with the story of like how we became homies, like, cause I'm not sure if you remember, but like basically you messaged Electricity and you're like, like do you guys have like any slots for me to perform or anything? And
Who did I message? Electricity.
Yeah, Electricity.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people have, but you're the only one which has messaged us and actually performed, because like the way you did it, because there's people which will like at some point, but you're the first one. Because like the way you did it, you messaged us, you actually started a conversation, showed us your music, told us what you're about, and then like you came to one of our shows, like introduced yourself.
Yeah.
A month later, you're doing your own show, and then a bit later that you're doing like one of our shows.
So that's like, a bit mad. I didn't even deep it like that. I didn't actually deep it like that. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I don't know. I thought the way that I went about messaging you about like, I don't know, like at first it was like I was hungry to perform in it. Like I just got this gig set up, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But like definitely. I was just like, fuck man, like what do I do? Like where do I go and shit? And then I don't know, I don't even know how I came about Electricity. Like, I think it might have been through RB. Yeah. RB, yeah. What a guy. I still haven't met that guy, but what's it called? He was just like, yeah, 100%. I want to meet that guy. But he was just like, yeah, Electricity, just give him a message. And then I didn't know it was you. I didn't know it was you who I was talking to. And then I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll come to one of these events. Not because it's free or nothing. No, none of that. But like, I mean, like, but yeah, so I just came through. I'm not going to lie. I didn't even know who you were. Like, I didn't know which one of you was you. But I was just like, man, this guy is running about, skitzing about all over the place. Yeah, it must be him. Like, I don't even know, like, if you remember what you were like. My guy, you were chatting to so many different people, bro. I was like, fucking hell.
Keeping up with that.
Yeah, trust me, you have to. You're doing it well. And then, like, what's it called? As soon as I walk in, bro, this is how I knew you guys were fucking crazy. Like, this was lit. This is lit. I walk in, I just see Given, topless, yeah, belly showing, everything like that. Big motherfucker, literally balaclava in a pub, bro. I'm like, holy fucking shit, bro. Like, singing like, where's the rockers? Bring the rock. I'm like, fucking hell.
Hey.
Yeah. After that, I didn't know like I was gonna perform with you guys until you gave the go. But yeah, I was just hungry, like. And I think that was the right way to go about it. Like, I'm not just going to be some guy who's just going to be pestering you about without actually giving you something, like my time in it. Like, I'm not just going to expect your time without giving you my time. Basically.
So true.
Yeah.
Like speaking about events and that, you set up your own showcase in like your hometown, right? Like, tell us about the process of that, and like before that, getting so many rejections, like you kind of.
The shit was fucking long, bro. It was fucking long, man. Like, fam, what was it? It was like 15 rejections, yeah? That shit, bro, that was like over the course of like, I don't know, like 8 months or something like that.
Jeez. That's more than one rejection a month.
Bruv, yeah, fully. Like, I was just like, fucking hell, man. No one wants to. And it was fucking long. Like I said, like eight like in 8 months, like 15 rejections. I don't know, like part of me, like I know that it was in the area that I'm from in it. Like they don't really fuck with like my sound like that. Obviously, like, you know, like into their like rock and roll type of thing, yeah, like the cover band type of shit, right? Which I respect, I get it, but at the same time, it's fucking boring, bro. It's boring as fuck.
Yeah.
So I wanted to host a night of like talent that's around us. You get me? Like talent that's around us. I'm sick and tired of hearing about the next man saying like, oh yeah, I've been trying to do it, but I can't. Like it's a bit long because I don't know. Like part of me thinks like I'm not gonna take no for an answer. And also just out of desperation, really, because I don't know about you. I don't know about many artists either. But let's say when you go do an event, like not necessarily everything's on your terms, right? Like there's gonna be a lot of shit that is out of your control. So like let's say for example lighting and stuff like that. That's gonna be down to the promoter side of thing. And I think for me, what I wanted to do, I wanted to not just create a night of like good music, but just like I wanted to create a night of vibes in general, like with the lights, with the playlist before, with the people that came through as well. Like I just wanted it all to like, I wanted it all to mesh together, and the only way I could do that is by doing this whole thing myself, which I achieved. I definitely overachieved on that. I don't like to fucking blow my own trumpet and shit, but it went better than expected, to say the least, fam.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
100%. Like I don't know, like for some reason, like because you do events as well, innit? So yeah, so it's like I'm stepping into your like sort of lane, like so I can sort of understand. So like, see, when I went to the air and electricity thing in Kingston, yeah, I'm like, I'm looking at you, I'm just like, bro, you are mashing out work, bruv. Like 1 minute you're hosting, the next minute you're taking a drink of fucking rum, the next minute
I still owe you a drink of that night, I'm pretty sure.
Allow it, fam, leave it, fam. That's another day you get. But what's it called? Yeah, I just saw you and I thought, rah, that's gonna be me in like a month. Like that's gonna be me in a month. I don't know how I'm gonna do this shit, but it's a buzz. Like it's a sick buzz that you get in it. Like once you know that people are fucking with it, like, and they don't like, they're like vibing like it's another night. That's when you know like this shit's popping, bruv. Like I thought like 50 people were gonna come through. 50 people were gonna come through, but man, like I think it hit 140 inside, 30 people waiting outside, another 15 men climbing through the window. Like that shit was crazy. Like that shit was fucking mad.
So you sold out so much, but like people were trying to come through.
Bro, like I didn't realize, yeah. So like, what's it called? The whole thing filled up by 9 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, the whole thing filled up. Yeah, I think capacity was like.
When did the music start?
Bro, the music started at 10 o'clock, fam. It was fucking jokes. Like, I didn't want the music to start early. Like, fuck that. I want to start late. Like, that's the shit when people are drunk and shit and people are vibing out and stuff like that. Like, and also, like, I wanted people to have time to, like, do their other shit and then they can come to my thing. I didn't want people to feel... But then, obviously, in the future, my thing's going to be, like a main event, so they have to come early type of thing. But,
exactly. We have more of, like, a pool over people coming.
100%.
In the stages, like I still feel this with electricity when like my friends are coming to events and that, paying for tickets, or even just traveling if it's free or whatever. Kind of doing us like a favor, because like what just building it up. Like we need people to come for the experience to be what we want to be.
Bro, like I get favors in it, like favors, but man, like to me, like. I don't want people to come to my shit just as a favor. Do you get me? Like I want them to come because they know it's gonna be a live event, bro. And obviously, like if you're supporting me because you know me, that's a different story. Like I expect you to come anyway. Like regardless, I expect you to come. If you have your shit going on, you have your shit going on. But at the end of the day, you're meant to come to my event because it's gonna be a fucking lit time, bro. Like that's what. But obviously, I can't wait. Before you move on, I can't say anything like, because I gotta give props to fucking Fraser and Eloise who fucking like, who came through as well. lit artists, they
local?
helped as well. Yeah. Fraser's popping off right now, man. Like he's local to me. We all went to the same college. So like,
Nice.
but we never like really chat in college to each other. I think they chat to each other, but I didn't
Yeah.
chat to any of them. But it's only in the last year that I sort of like missed him.
And I guess that's through music.
100%. Like music is like, I don't know, man. Like it's made me more like it makes me want to interact with people more like within that industry because they're so like-minded. You get what I'm saying? Like you and me are like-minded, bro. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
We dream big in it, and we dream like we dream big, and we just want to do shit outside the box, as opposed to like the next linear guy on the left, on the right hand side. Like we do
Carbon
shit
copy of someone else.
Yeah, word, fam. Like I don't think anyone's like, a lot of people aren't themselves, man. So like that's what we got to do. We just got to be ourselves and put a show on for other people with our own personalities involved in that. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you form the artist name Qtion? Like what's the origins of it, and does it have like any meaning?
Qtion. Yeah, basically. So I was trying to think of a name in it for myself. I was trying to think of a name. I thought, bruh, like basically where it comes from is a word question. Yeah. It comes from the word question. And my family, they don't know that I make music or anything like that. They don't know anything about that. I keep that shit to the side because I'm gonna get the fucking wooden spoon. Like, I'm gone basically. So I can't let them know. So I thought I need to remain anonymous. So I'm which is working out fucking brilliantly right now. But we moved. But what's it called? I chose to remain anonymous, and question seemed like a good sort of name. And then after a couple months, I just thought it sounded B-Tech, bro. I thought it just sounded whack. So I don't even know how Qtion came about, but I was just fucking around with the word question. And then suddenly I just heard Qtion like out of, like, you know, when you just like sporadically think of words and shit.
Yeah.
So Qtion, like that sounds good. Like that Qtion sounds sick. And so I started with that. And then I started to deep it as well. Like not many people like start their names with Q and stuff like that. So when it comes to the algorithms and shit on YouTube,
SEOs.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like they'll be able to look up Qtion. I think it's like Q-tip, even Schoolboy Q, you can add the Q there, but that's about it. That's all I can think of right now, like when it comes to artists beginning with Q. So that's where the origins come from. It's just me fucking around with question, trying to remain anonymous for the whole family, basically.
Nice. An abstract name for an abstract artist.
Yeah, for sure. Come on, abstract is what we do. Gang shit only.
So you actually started writing and rapping like well before you recorded a song, right? Like tell us how you started rapping, like the reason you started rapping, and like why it took a few years to get stuff that you put on paper into like songs and like recording them in the studio.
All right, cool. Basically, yeah. So yeah, I started writing. Okay, so I started recording about, let's say, just over a year ago now.
Yeah.
And I started writing before that, about 3 years. The main reason for that is basically, I don't know, I just don't think I was happy with how I sounded. Like there's a guy called Joe Carter, yeah? Shout out fucking Joe Carter. He's fucking lit guy. And I was making beats with him. Not beats, I was recording with him. And obviously you're fucking around and his jokes and that is fucking sick, right? You can't really replicate those times. But as far as me, like releasing those songs, never. Like I would never do that. It was more like foundations for what was to come in the future. I just knew that me writing this stuff now for a later date was the only way that I could do that. Hit up a better studio, fucking hit up some people that actually know what they're talking about, type of thing. And so they can translate what I want them to do, basically, because I'm not producer savvy. Like, I don't have the right terms and stuff. So thankfully, I built a good relationship with like Fraser, Lewis, like Fincher Production. Shout out Fincher Production, yeah. Shout out Hillary Wolf as well. Over the past year, I built that relationship. So now I can fully like go into the studio with the bars that I've written, like let's say yesterday, go in, hop on that, record the track, and I'm happy. Whereas before, I was just, it wasn't it, chief. It wasn't it, chief. Like, it was not good. It was not good.
So could you tell us a bit about exactly when you started rapping and what motivated you to start rapping? And
basically, oh yeah, go on. Sorry.
Oh, carry on. I'll remember this question and then we'll.
Basically, yeah, the first time I started fucking rapping, yeah, Malik's in the live. Malik will fucking know what I'm talking about. Basically, what was it? There's this rapper in school. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was the only rapper in it. Like, he was the only rapper, and I thought, like, obviously there's no hate towards this guy or anything like that, but I thought I can fucking do better, man. I can do better than this shit. I was meant to be like revising for some next test or some shit like that. I'm just on my fucking shitty little HP. I'm just writing bars. I'm writing bars and bars and bars. Like, it took a whole page up, like a whole A4. I'm reading it through. I'm like, bro, this isn't even that bad, mate. Doing this piece on the laptop, and I'm just thinking like, yeah, this sounds all right. And I never really, like, back in school, like, when I was younger, I never really thought, let me be a rapper in it. But I always like to sing.
Does that come from your family not being that music focused? So you were less in the like music world.
100%.
Didn't really look at it as a career or anything.
100%, 125%. Like, you see how you see these like families that these musical families. So you see these like little music proteges and shit. Like that was never really the case, man. Like, I was never really brought up around music and that. Like, so I had to fucking dig that shit for myself. Like, I had to dig that shit for myself. Find out the guys that I liked. Find out the guys that I didn't like. And just build up my taste from there. And after listening to, what was it? Chronic 2001, I just thought, shit, man. Like, this is actually the shit. Like, I fuck with this heavy. And from then on, I just thought to myself, maybe we'll keep it in the back of my head, innit, about music, right?
Yeah.
And then through college, I started to really like think about it. I started writing so much shit on my phone. And then I think it was like Stormzy's Shut Up, like Fire in the Park thing, yeah?
Yeah.
I think I got his beat. And then I recorded, I had not recorded, I wrote like a whole like song to that. I spit it in front of my friends and they were just like, spit it again. I was like, what? Is that spit it again? I was like, oh shit. I think we just bun a zoo and we were just in the car. I think we were just all fucking licked and we were just like, let's spit it again. So from then I was like, yeah, like, let me actually mess with this. Let me see what I can do with it. Yeah, and then from then on, wrote bare songs, wrote bare concepts. And now this is like, this past 8 to 9 months, or however long it's been, is like the start of the fruition, basically. It hasn't begun, not by any means, but it's starting to like unravel itself. So yeah.
Nice. So would you say you were kind of like motivated by seeing someone at your school being like the rapper guy and you thinking you could do like better?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I bodied that guy. Yeah, I bodied that guy. Like, I never spatted to him. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wasn't that guy in school. I never spatted to him, but I know for a fact Like the bars that I wrote on my laptop, I bodied that guy, fam. Like, and
So
that
the
just made
bars
me.
you wrote on your laptop were just like straight disses.
Straight cusses, bro. Straight cusses. I was calling this like I'm not gonna say it, and this means nothing in it. Like I was not saying this in any malicious way, but I was calling this dad I was calling this dad all sorts, bro. I was saying all types of wacky shit, man. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. Disrespect to a different level, man. But I mean, that's how we gotta play. That's what we gotta play.
Would that disrespect fire ever come out if someone did diss you, like unrelated to this guy, but if you were in a rap battle, would you like go as hard as possible?
I think.
Or is that not your style really? Like you don't want to put that negative energy out.
No, I don't think it's negative energy. I think it's just food for the game. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You can't have this rap game, whatever the fuck it is, without battles, man. That's where the shit came
is a
from, innit?
competitive sport.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're all competing now. Do you get me? Like, but I think here's what it is. Yeah. So if someone diss me, like they wrote a song and they diss me, and they added me and everything, yeah, I probably would reply. And it depends on the reply, really. Like, no, it depends on the diss. If it was a good diss, yeah, I'd have to go hard, obviously. But if it was a whack diss, I don't know. Like, part of me thinks, should I just completely destroy this guy or girl and fucking leave him with nothing to come back with? Or do you go the route like, go back and forth a little bit, get a little bit clout, see how it goes? Like one of them ones, man. You don't know. It depends on the diss, really. But if they diss my mother, fam, different story.
It's over for them.
The nasty bars are coming now, fam. The nasty bars are coming now.
Okay. So, like, in terms of your recording process, are you more like home studio or like one where you go out and pay like an hourly rate?
I haven't got the option at the moment. I'm still with the family, so I can't really record at home. So it's more of a case of like, I have to choose the hourly rate option, right?
Yeah.
To go record my shit. Which is like, I'm fine doing that. I'm fine doing that for now. But as soon as I move out, I'm doing the whole home studio thing, bro. Like, that's what I'm on. Like, that's why I just copped this laptop. And the fucking, funnily enough, like this, when I just come back from the studio, because I pirated Fruit Loops. Like I pirated that shit. Yeah, I got Fruit Loops and I pirated that shit. And it just wasn't working out. So the producer that was in the studio, he's called Jackson. Yeah, he's he's a lit guy. I'm not gonna lie. And you'll hear about him. He worked with like fucking Gunner and shit. Like mad guy.
Oh, that's mad.
No, crazy guy. Yeah, that's another story for another time, Antonio. But he looked at my laptop and he just said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna give you FL." I was like, "What?" What? He just gave me like like some of his account details, just downloaded FL on my laptop right here, right now. So I got that shit for free, basically. Like, this guy is a fucking G. So now I've got that. As soon as I get my own yard or like my own space, it's just gonna be home studio, learning by myself, like learning with other people online and shit. But like, yeah, recording by myself. That's the way that I want it to be. But for now, we can't really complain. I got a studio to go to. Yeah, man. Hourly studio rates are calm. Like, I think the thing is, yeah, I think people get put off, yeah, by paying the price, right, of this hourly studio. And you think to yourself, like, bro, am I gonna get shit done? Is it gonna be worth my time? Bro, you are what your product is what you put in, right? So if you're gonna go into the studio knowing that you're gonna, like, let's say, smoke 2 or 3 zoos, have a couple of beers, and like not really want to record, that's the product that you're gonna come out with. I built a relationship, yeah, with these guys to the point where money isn't even an issue. Like, I can, not saying that like I milk it or anything like that, but we all have our deadlines that we pass, right? We all like fuck up on that. on that side of things, right? So it's gotten to the point now where if I know I can't pay for the session this week, I know that I can pay next week, and they'll be calm with that. They'll be calm with that because they can trust me in it. Like it's a level of trust you have to build with these producers, and like I think when I'm starting out, I can't be going to so many different guys because every producer has their own sound. You get me? Like every producer has their own sound and their own way of going about it. If you don't fuck with that, then you're wasting your money. Like you're wasting your money going to that guy. They could be the sickest producer in the fucking country. Like it could be Metro Boomin, yeah. But if you don't fuck with like his way of going about shit, then you're wasting your money going to Metro Boomin. Like you think you're gonna get the latest song from Metro Boomin, but if you don't fuck with the way he makes music and you don't fuck with his energy, you're gonna make a whack song and you're gonna pay so much for so little, basically. So I picked and chose like my producers wisely, where I'll just ask them for advice and shit. Like, bro, like I'll go to the studio full well knowing I'm not gonna get anything done, but I fuck with the vibes. So at the end of the day, the next time I go into the studio, we're gonna make a banger regardless. Like once you get to that stage where you're comfortable with your producer, your engineer, life is easy. Like you can make a banger in the last 10 minutes of your session, bro. And like, do you get what I'm saying here? Like it's like that. So yeah, that's how I feel about hourly rates. It's what you make of it, man. Like it is what you make of it. And it's all coming out of my pocket as well. Like that's the thing. Like, when it comes to this whole music thing, like it's all me. Like nobody else is invested in it apart from me. Like, so there's no like parents or anything like that, family or anything like that. Like putting money into it. Like same way like I don't know. Like let's say for example like a uni course or something where your family will help you out. Like this is my money going into my product, like going into my process. So like what I do with my money into hourly rates, like I'm fully aware of when I'm gonna make a banger in the studio and when I'm not. At the same time, you have to keep in mind that you never know what's gonna happen. Like I said, in the last 10 minutes, you can make a fucking banger, but you have to go, leave it till next time. Like studio sessions is a mad one, man. Like it's a weird place, but I fuck with it. That's where I feel most comfortable, in the fucking studio.
Word. So do you feel like you're almost investing in yourself by paying for these studio sessions and everything?
Bro, yeah, 110%. Like if it was some next guy's money, like I'll be fucking around 24/7. Like I don't know, like if I gave you, if I gave you £100, yeah, I guarantee you buy food and shit, you buy this, that, and the other. But if you earn that £100 yourself, you're gonna ration that shit out nicely.
So you've been going through a detox every moment. What can you like tell us about that?
Detox. Yeah, man. This has been a weird one. Basically, yeah, every year, for fasting, I naturally just like do a detox, right? So fucking no drinking, no smoking, all of that good shit goes out the window for a month. But this year, man, I don't know. I think it might be this whole virus thing and this whole early lockdown shit. It's just made me feel some type of way, Antonio. Like, it's made me feel some type of way, like just like the way that I'm looking at people and shit, like the way that I'm looking at the world. I'm looking at it from a different perspective. Like I'm much more like, my view is like narrower, but my perspective is bigger. Does that make sense? Like
I hear that. Yeah.
So like
tunnel vision, right? Like you're concentrating on
yeah. I'm tunnel vision, but I'm focusing on the big goal rather than the little goal, basically.
Yeah.
But what I've realized on that is that, what's it called? I need to take certain steps in the right direction and just sort of like clear my head a little bit. Like, I don't know about you and how you've been going through lockdown, but I've not been chatting to anyone, hardly anyone, like when it comes to texts, calls. I think it was what's it called? Your housemate, your uni housemate. What is it? Cacti.
Yeah, Rosa. Yeah.
Rosa. Yeah. Basically, I text her and she sent me this thing about dopamine.
Dopamine detox.
Yeah, bruv. Yeah,
Yeah.
bruv. I actually haven't even replied to it, like, but I read it, yeah, and I think I subconsciously just went into that mode, innit, where I wasn't on my phone, like, I wasn't on the laptop, on the internet and that. I was just sort of just like living life when you really can't be living life, innit? Like, I'd be going for walks, bare late night walks and stuff, like just clear head, listening to new music and shit. Ignoring a lot of people, which is, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, people are pissed off at me. I'm not gonna lie, like it's caused, but then again, like it started getting me like asking questions, like why are they pissed off, like these types of things, like when
asking questions, Qtion question.
Yeah, come on, man, it's all part of the fucking brand, bro. You get me? This is why I done it. Nah, but like, I don't know, like it's just got me thinking, like, people really don't have shit to do when lockdown is happening, bro. Like, people really don't have anything to do, so they start thinking about other people. Like, they start worrying about other people. Like, I don't want my happiness to be dictated by this Zoom call that happens at the end of every week when we have a drink. Like, I can't even fucking drink yak at my yard, bro. So what's the point? Like, so like, it's like I don't want these types of things to help me cope, like, through lockdown. I want myself. I want to be so I've been talking to myself more. Like, I'd always be talking to myself. But these times, like, the conversations are clearer. Like, I think the lack of smoke in my system has helped me, like, just look at shit in a brighter light. Not as hazy. But yeah, man, like this detox, I don't know, part of me thinks it's been the best thing to ever happen to me. Like, it's just been different this year, man. It's been different this year, like, I can't really put a finger on it.
Earlier today, we interviewed a rapper which said like very similar things about how how quarantine has wait, Qtion, your screen has frozen.
No, that's me.
No.
That's me.
Anyway, he was just talking about how like being on quarantine has just given him more time to concentrate on stuff that's important, like be more creative because he's not working. So unlike Bostock said that as well, who's a DJ producer. So it's
Bostock,
like, I guess a few creative people are finding it as like a more productive time period, really.
100%. Like, in my scenario, it's like I can't record, but I can always make beats. Like, I can't lay down vocals, but I can always write them. I can always write. For me, I haven't really been focusing too much on like the creative side. I've just let that come naturally, right? I had an EP that came out at the start of fasting, like through quarantine, and I was focusing on that. And then it just dawned on me, like, I'm stressing over nothing, man. I'm just stressing over shit that I shouldn't be stressing about. Like, I'm stressing over an EP that's just like being dropping on YouTube, like, and I'm thinking it's like the fucking Billboard Top 100 type shit, but that's how I'm seeing it, man. But like, it just made me realize that we all got a lot of time. We all got a lot of fucking time. So like, instead of thinking like, yeah, this is the time to be like fucking with like new creative ideas. Of course it is. It's like, that should be like that all the time. It should always be like that. You should always find new ways of like creating and shit. Like, that should come naturally. But for me, it's been more for the mind, for myself, my sanity. Like, yeah, it's almost been like a journey, fam. Like, I swear to God, like, I don't really chat like this either. Like, this isn't some like regular shit that I'm going through. This is like different. Like, I'm going through a stage in life where I'm starting to figure out what makes me happy, like actually what makes me happy. And one thing that I learned from that is like family is a fucking big thing, man. I disregarded family for a while still.
Yeah.
Now I realize that like the family is a fucking important thing. And if you don't fuck with your family like that, then you're not really, I don't know, like you can't, it's not like you can't succeed, but you won't be happy. You get me? Like you'll succeed, but you just won't be happy with your success. So like family's been important, like which has been like a revelation to me, like before, which is mad to think about because that shouldn't be a thing. Like that should be a natural like thing. But for me, it's been family. It's just been going on walks at like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning, listening to my audio book, fam. Like that's what this shit's been about, man.
And you could order your books that you're listening to right now.
Fam, fucking listen, yeah. I bought A Brief History of Time, yeah, which is by Stephen Hawking, yeah. I bought it the other day. I was thinking that this Stephen Hawking was gonna be like a brief history of time, like proper, like this going in. It's some random Donny called fucking John, bruv, reading this shit, bruv. Like, it pissed me off, man. But no, it's a good book. It's a good book, but like Star Wars, that's the shit that I'm into, innit? Star Wars, man. Like, these Star Wars books are fucking lit, man. Like, they got the music in the background, they got the lightsabers, like sound effects. It's fucking live, bro. That's the audio books I've been listening to. Shout out Sam Pemberton. He fucking he let me know about the fucking Star Wars shit. It's mad.
Nice. So like in terms of you working with producers and selecting beats on YouTube, what kind of like comes at you that will make you open to working with a producer or wanting to hop on a beat?
What kind of what? Sorry, that will make me work on a beat.
What kind of appeals to your ear when you're working with a producer or doing a beat on YouTube? Because I know
like sonically.
Beats. Yeah, sonically.
Okay. Here's the thing, like, if you look at my 3 EPs that I've done, yeah.
And three is a special number to you, right? Like 3 is kind of like your lucky number almost, right?
100%. Born on the 3rd, made on the 3rd. 3 is a fucking magic number. Whoever sung that song is a fucking G. 3 is a crowd. I love the number 3, man. 3 is something special to me. Like, I think 2 people together can be kind of boring, but a 3rd person adds a whole new dynamic. We're living in 3 dimensions. Like, where is 3 not relevant?
So you're talking about
3 is a special number, and I just thought, let me base my whole plan on the number 3. Yeah, so 3, I decided to base my whole plan, my 1-year plan from last year on the number 3. So that's 3 EPs, 3 tracks. And what was I saying? So yeah, like when it comes to like sounds sonically, I don't think I have like a box which I can be contained in when it comes to that. The first EP was alternative rap. Like I had a song where I was singing on that shit, yeah. Ladies, I was singing on that song. Then the next EP with Fraser, that was trappy. Like that was a trap type fucking EP. And then this last EP, Digital Nostalgia, which like came out like a month ago now, almost exactly a month ago now. That's his old school hip hop. Like that's his old school hip hop. And then if you listen, I know you done heard the fucking unreleased shit that I got, Antonio. Like it's just different. It's just I'm not really boxed into one sonical like one type of sonic basically. Like there's different shit that will appeal to me. Like if the 808s are hitting hard on a trap beat, and I like the pattern of it, I want that. Yeah. If it's this old school jazz like sampled like neo soul type of beat, I'm fucking with it because I like D'Angelo a lot. Like, bro, I'll hit up. I'll want that beat. But then again, my process kind of sways a little bit as well. Like if I like a beat and I'm writing bars to that beat, I might even like, let's say like a YouTube beat. A couple days later, I'll fucking find another beat, use the rap that I done for that old beat and put it onto this new one because I fuck with it a little bit more. Like, I'm not really contained to like a particular style like of sound. It's like, I think I'm not trying to sound cocky or nothing, but I think I just got a good ear for music. You get what I'm saying? Like, I got a good ear for sounds, and that's just me developed through me and myself only. Like, so yeah, I think I got the ear for it basically when it comes to like knowing what beat sounds good and what sounds different. And the thing is, like, just through exploring music on my own, I've been able to do it on my own terms, innit? Like, I've not really had like a subjective view handed down to me saying like, oh yeah, jazz is the best genre, you should always listen to jazz, or like rap is the best genre, you should always listen to rap. I gravitated towards that shit. I gravitated towards rap. And then from there, jazz. From there, the blues. From there, like the old rock and roll shit, man. Right? So for me, my sound, it can be from anything. It can be from anything. So yeah. But at the moment, if you want to know, at the moment, I've been feeling like the whole lo-fi shit. Lo-fi, it's a vibe. It's a fucking vibe. Like, I've been fucking with that a lot. Yeah, the lo-fi scene is hot right now.
So, like, you're telling us about how you kind of go about beat selection. You're very open with that. Or when you do select a beat and then you record yourself on it, how many takes does it take until you've like perfected the flow, the kind of style you represent on the track?
Oh shit, fam.
Is it easier or harder recording or selecting the beat?
So what you mean? It's easier to? Are you asking? Is like, is it easier or harder to record on like a YouTube beat as opposed to like?
Oh no, in the sense of, I'll ask that in a sec. Great question, by the way. But like in the sense of when you're selecting a beat, do you find that more hard, or when
oh yeah, for sure.
That more hard, or do you find it harder actually rapping on the beat? Like,
oh no! Rapping on the beat, that's something that will happen. Do you get me? Like that will happen.
What's the easiest part?
Yeah, like otherwise I wouldn't be a rapper.
Sprinkles on top. Like everything else here.
Come
everything
on.
leading up to that is kind of more difficult than the actual.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, come on, like the thing is like you gotta how do I explain this, man? Like, rapping is my job, right? Rapping is what I do. If I found out the hardest thing to do, I shouldn't be a rapper first and foremost. Yeah, I should do something else. The second part is like when you're a perfectionist, you're not happy with. You're not happy in general. You get me? It's a fucking depressing thing being a perfectionist.
So I guess you describe yourself as a perfectionist.
125%. That's why it took me so long to release something. Like, so when it comes to like beats and stuff, bro, like, I don't care what anyone says. It takes me time to find the beat that I like. Even like when I was in the studio earlier, like I'm just going through beats and shit, like with the producer, like I don't like this one, I don't like this one.
So I think when you're going through beats with a producer, is this stuff he's made or type of beats on YouTube?
He's made them. A couple of the producers that works with him has made them as well. Like sometimes we'll take like an inspiration of like off of YouTube. Like the other producer that I go to, we got a couple of songs together now. I gave him like some IMDb like type beat. And
must be wavy.
Huh? Yeah. That's the one that I fucking performed at UMS the second time. When Pete came on with me. Donnie with the big afro. I gave the producer for that the IMDb type beat, and then from there we took the melody from that. Well, I say he did, and he just made a completely different track out of that, which is what I was fucking with. And that's like, for me, like that's how I see making a beat. Like you take an inspiration from something and then you flip it completely and make it your own type of thing. So like yeah, making a beat is hard. Like finding the right beat is even harder. So
Yeah.
but rapping is that's the easy part. It may take a couple of days, but I mean, good things take time, man. Good things take time. You get me?
Sounds dope. Sounds dope. So, like, you mentioned going to a few producers' houses and like working with a few people. Do you have like a set of go-to producers? Like,
Yeah. So I like Hillary Wolf. Shout out Hillary Wolf. I got shout out fucking his brother. Yeah. I might just. If you look at the top, it's fucking wavy. That's the I might just top. Like so.
Yeah.
Comfy as shit.
Hey, Hillary
Fucking
Wolf, do you do his ad lib like?
Hillary. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't even think that's like particularly his or mine or anything like that. That's just how I fucking say his name. Do you get me? Like, and that's the way that the sound of the beat was coming. That's what I wanted to do. But Hillary Wolf, Fraser. I don't work with Fraser that much. Like recently, I haven't, but we're still cool. And
Like you done a whole EP with him, right? Like
yeah. I done a whole EP. That was Mentalities Conflicted. And then Fincher Production he's an engineer, right? He's an engineer, but he has
he mixes and masters your tracks as well as producing them.
Yeah. So he mixed and mastered the first EP and the last EP by one song. And he's like, he calls himself an engineer, but he still makes beats. You get me? Like he still makes beats, and he's got a couple of people that work for him to make him beats for artists and stuff, because he's got like a roster of artists and shit. So yeah, those are the three. But like Fincher, he's a good producer. He doesn't give himself enough credit. Like he is a good producer. So yeah, those three mainly. But I'm at the stage now where I'm just not looking to like. I'm just looking to expand, really. Like, I'm still yet to find. Obviously, I got a brilliant like relationship with these guys, all three of these guys. But I'm still hungry and looking for that next sound that I haven't found yet. You get me? So that's it. Hopefully, soon come, I'll find that guy. But until then, these three guys, they're my bros, man. I fucking love these guys. They're sick.
I'm interested in like the kind of artists you're inspired by, because over this interview you mentioned Chronic 2000, D'Angelo, jazz, rap, blues, rock and roll. So what kind of artists are your biggest inspirations, like musically and stylistically as well?
Stylistically,
as well as musically, like
right? Okay. Cool. Basically, when it comes to rap, back in the day, yeah, it was like Chronic 2001. It was that Eminem Marshall Mathers project. That shit was lit. Whole bunch of like old school artists like Big L and that was at the very start. You know, when you start getting into a new genre, I feel like I always had to start from the beginning first, innit? So like I download all of these old tracks. Those are my inspirations when it comes to like how a song should sound, innit? Like Dr. Dre, the one thing he could do apart from producing a beat is like he can make a song. Do you get me? Like which is the biggest inspiration that I got from him. It was like he knows how to make a song as opposed to like a rap. Like he knew how to fit a guy's vocals together well enough to like fucking make a song that people can listen to. Like, do you get like over and over and over again? Eminem was like, it was just a crazy fucking white boy antics, bro. Like he was just a fucking nutty guy, man. And his bars are fucking crazy, which is what I love. And then you move on, innit? Like you move on, and like there weren't really many more artists that inspired me. But then like Tyler the Creator came through. Tyler the Creator was fucking lit. Like Odd Future, that whole shit. I remember when that shit was popping off.
Is that where you get a more abstract, like experimental side of your artistry? Like, do you think?
I don't know where I get that side from. I still don't know where I get that side from. But I could just relate to Tyler the Creator in the sense that whole like movement, just simply because like they were like only a little bit older than us, right? They were only a little bit older than us. So like what they do is naturally what we would do like in a couple of years' time. Do you get me? Like so like it was almost like this is the path that we were gonna lead type of thing, just some crazy stupid shit. And then obviously The Weeknd and Chance the Rapper, like The Weeknd, the trilogy, that shit was crazy. And then Chance the Rapper's Acid Rap, when that came through, I was like, fuck man, like this guy's chatting about how he made a mixtape in 10 days. I want to do that shit. Do you get me? Like that, like, and then I realized when he was talking about that, and then I looked at his 10-day mixtape, and then I looked at Acid Rap, I'm like, fuck, the progression is crazy. Like, how did he do that? So like, I was like, fuck man, like, I need to get on, I think from him, I kind of got the like, another sense of like how you pronounce your bars in it. Like, he would just say shit in the most weirdest way, fam. Like, he would say some weird shit, like, so that's where I get my, I don't know, like, I'm not restrained to how a word should sound. You get me? Like, it will sound however the fuck I want it to sound. So like, so that was that. And then you get onto the UK shit, man. Like, you get like, obviously you got Skepta, you got Chip. I don't know, like, it's not like I didn't rate Chip. I didn't fuck with him heavy, but he was still like, you can't deny the fact that he is who he is because of the bars that he brings, bro. Like, he's fucking lit. And then I'm just fucking naming the three artists that was on my favorite album right now, like the Insomnia tape with DBE, like Young Ads. Fam, I'm telling you now, Young Ads is the best thing to come out of the UK in about 5 years, bro. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, he's gassed. He's so sick, man. And he's got a story. He's got a story behind him though. Like, he's got the story. He's got the attitude. He's got that fucked up side of him too, man. Like, he's got that fucked up side of him where, like, you know he's not normal, but you still gravitate towards his energy type of thing. Like, so like artists like that, like J Hus as well, like just that UK in it. Like, they do their own sound, but they always have UK. Like, you can tell they're from the UK, which is, I think, the same with my music. Like, obviously I'm not at that stage yet, but I feel like no matter what style that I go into, I'm always gonna sound UK. No matter what, I'm always gonna sound like I'm from South England. Like, that's from the south of England. Like, I'm always gonna sound like I'm from here, regardless of whatever beat that I hop onto, whatever song that I hop onto. Like, that's where, like, I think I get my whole UK side of sound from, like, just from these UK artists that I've talked about, like. Just these, man. And then obviously like ASAP Rocky and that. I think that's where the style came from. ASAP Rocky was a hard motherfucker. Like, he's just sick anyway, like, when it comes to style and shit. Travis Scott as well. Fucking hell, how can I forget Travis Scott, man? Like, Travis Scott was lit. But then again, yeah, you got motherfuckers like Miles Davis and like Otis Redding and that. Like, I'll be fucking with like Lauryn Hill, the Fugees. D'Angelo, like Brown Sugar. Are you dumb? That shit is the nicest fucking album that I've heard. Voodoo is a fucking banger of an album.
But which one do you have on top between Brown Sugar and Voodoo? Like,
Voodoo, easily. Bro, actually not easily. Fuck, like
that's what I'm saying.
Brown Sugar was a smooth thing, right?
Yeah.
Voodoo was smooth, but it just came with an attitude, man. Like,
it was an evolution almost. Like, his soundscapes just like send you to space.
100%. And his voice sends you to space, man. Like,
Word.
His voice. So D'Angelo, yeah, for sure, man. He was fucking lit. Marvin Gaye, all of them, man, fam. Like the OJs, Michael fucking Jackson, mate. Antonio made there was a beat that Hillary Wolf made. He sampled the Michael Jackson thing. He sampled like from Billie Jean. It sounds so nice, bro. Like, it sounds fucking dank. But Michael Jackson, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Yeah, go. Like, I don't care. Like, he's sick. He's one of my favorite artists. I don't give a fuck. Like, what claims has been made and shit, but he's too good, man. He hasn't made a bad song. Well, he's made a couple, but like nothing crazy. But like, yeah, like the old school side for sure. Like Prince as well. Prince is lit. I rate Prince. I don't listen to Prince that much, but I respect it, and I respect the story that he told through like the way he came about music. He's a talented motherfucker. So yeah, man. Like, I'm not just restrained to like one set of music. Like it goes across. And then fucking hell, man. Like back in the day, I went through my fucking my Reading Festival days, bro. Like I didn't go Reading Festival, like Arctic Monkeys and shit, man. Like I don't care, man. Arctic Monkeys is lit, bro. Like the album where it's got like From Ritz to Rubble, like all of that shit. Oh man, like.
Would you ever
made me real. Huh?
Would you ever dabble into doing like indie rock type songs or performing?
I couldn't say. At the moment, nah, but because my voice isn't good enough for that. But I mean, who knows? Like ASAP Rocky, do you think he'd be doing a song like Sundress, like when he first started making music? Man, nah, I don't think so. So you never know. And Octavian, man. Octavian's a big inspiration. Like I've seen that guy 3 times. 3 times I've seen that guy. But like his story, like how he was fucking homeless and shit, and how he came up is live. And then lastly, J Prince, for me, the one of the best ever, mate. J Prince is fucking lit, man. Like he doesn't get enough credit as well. Like he's live, man. J Prince is one of my favorites for all. But yeah, like those are the inspirations.
Definitely brings a different sound to like the London scene. J Prince does.
I think I'm heading towards that. I think I'm heading towards that sound. Especially from his last EP, I'm heading towards that. And then you got artists like fucking Afronaut Zoo. I don't know if you've heard of him. You should listen to him. Oh mate, he's got this tape called Melanalia, and it's just about him like empowering like his inner black. Do you get me? Like the black side of him. Like he goes off. Like I'll send you a link to that. But Afronaut Zoo as well. He's a singer for Rudimental when they perform live.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
So like he's sick. He's a guy to watch out for. But these guys, all of these guys, culmination of everybody. That's where I get my whole thing.
So just where you like listed a lot of artists. So you listed ones from the States and like some homegrown ones from England. Would you say your sound is more American influence or English? Or is it like a 60-40 split where it's kind of even?
I think my beats are American influenced, but my whole attitude towards making music is so UK. Like I don't know, man. Like I just like I like being around like in the studio with the fucking boys and like having like just a beer and just fucking making music, or like a Magnum or something like that, like, and just fucking making music, listening to beats and that with the bros. Like that's as UK to me, innit? Like in whatever room like there is, like in a guy's bedroom, fam, like in like a studio they made in their back garden, like I don't know, like or this pirate studio or something like that. Like always, it's just obviously like American music sounds different. I know it sounds obvious, but it sounds different to us because they have their American way of going about it. You get me? They all have their own social way of going about it, the same way UK does as well. So yeah, man. I'm just American style beats, but UK like when it comes to making music, like that's like, so the bars basically. So yeah, it's UK influence.
Damn. Yeah, I hear you. So like best of both worlds.
Yeah, for sure.
Like throughout this interview, you've carried like an aura of confidence. So I'm just curious, like where does that come from?
I think it's when I moved yard, like back, I think nearly 10 years ago now. I was a bare quiet guy.
Yeah.
People, like, if they know who I am by that point, like back in my old place, I was just like happy to ride the wave basically. But as soon as you move, I moved when I was like in year 9. So like you're at that stage where you've left everybody you know to go to a whole new place, right? You have to kind of make a name for yourself, innit? You have to make a statement for yourself. And you just have to make sure you're not that new kid that fucking gets forgotten about, right? I made it my fucking mission to stand out, basically. Like when it comes to being that character, right? I wasn't afraid to make a fucking fool of myself and shit. And more time, I was getting taken a piss out of without me fucking wanting it, bro. Like, but at the same time, it wasn't a bad thing in hindsight. It wasn't a bad thing, but I think where I get this confidence from, probably from my sunglasses, bro. I can't even fucking lie to you, man. Like these shades are wet now. But I think it's just more, I don't know, like I'm confident in my music, which is why I'm confident now. Like I think that's what it is. Like I've always had like, I don't know, like I'm not always confident for sure. Like there's times I'm naturally like an introvert, but when I need to be outspoken, I will be. Do you get me?
I feel that. So you've mentioned your 3 like mixtapes that you've already released, or like EPs, and what else have you got planned? Because all of those projects are just 3 songs, so they're pretty easy to listen to. Like it's not as heavy as an album. Do you have anything like bigger planned, or is it just more singles and more EPs?
So yeah, like those 3 EPs was it was just a gauge of public opinion, really.
Yeah.
Like this is a gauge of
And
public opinion.
what is your public opinion since you mentioned it?
I ain't gonna lie, it's been pretty good. Like obviously the public, when I say public, it's not really public. There's not a lot of people listening to it right now, but I mean it's pretty good. Like I've not got a lot of bad comments unless they just don't want to tell me that it's bad. Like, do you get me? Like, I don't know what people are saying behind me.
In your circles?
Huh?
Do you have yes men in your circles?
Bro, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I keep my circle close, innit? So the people, the people that know about my music, they'll hear it first, and I'll make sure they like it, innit? Like, I'll make sure they fuck with it.
Like both quality control.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So like, what the guy that, like one of my bros, he's called Malik. He kind of listens to a lot of my stuff.
Wait, have you said Malik? You said that you first showed your bars to when you wrote this.
Yeah.
It's cool.
OG, he's an OG. He's he listens to my bars, and he'll literally just tell me if it's whack or not. Which is what I need, basically. He'll just tell me this.
If I told you it's whack, then you're like,
nah. Bad.
No, then you're like, nah, this is fire. But when he tells you, you kind of like, well, how does that go? Like, what's your process?
Okay, basically, for example, so the song 10 on 4, which is off the last EP, Digital Nostalgia, there's this bar where I'm just like, she got a shiny belly button. And he said that bar is so whack, bro. That bar is so whack. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, fam. I'm gonna put it out there anyway. I don't give a shit what you say. That bar is funny, bro. Like, so it's just like we got similar tastes in it. So if he doesn't like something, I'll naturally I'll kind of see his point. But then again, with different people, so like he won't like a bar that I like.
Situation where you always hear each other out, but you won't always go with what he says.
Exactly. That's exactly it. He's just there to tell me, and it's my choice whether I decide to listen or not. More time I listen, but sometimes you don't need to, man. Sometimes your gut instinct and how you work normally is the best case scenario. You get me?
Nice.
But so like when it comes to more shit, basically, right now I'm going through a phase where, so like I got an album planned, the album is planned. Like that's been planned. Like for the past 4 years, that's been planned.
Jeez, 4 years in the making.
When you say making, like it hasn't really been recorded.
4 years as a concept. 4 years.
Yeah. 4 years is like a concept, and the whole ideology behind this album is big. It's fucking epic. Like, and I want to wait for the right moment to start recording that shit. In the meantime, I think what I'm going to be doing is just releasing a lot of shit on SoundCloud. Like, just releasing a lot of shit on SoundCloud and YouTube. Like, because I got a lot of songs. Like, hidden away at the moment. I think now is just the time to just start, like, because my 1 year plan is done. Like, my 3 EPs are done. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to be just releasing. I think for the future, right now, I'm just going to be releasing bare shit. Like, just bare shit. I think I gave too much of a fuck about like how I'm gonna release this stuff, like what numbers it's gonna do and shit. But now it's just gotten to the point where I got a lot of material. I just want to get it out of the way. Like I just want to release this shit because I believe in it for sure. Like, I believe in it. But yeah, like what you're gonna hear from me is just a lot more just single tracks that's going through and through like
Lucy's.
Yeah. Fully, like just straight singles tracks. I'm not really thinking too much about projects anymore. Like at the moment, I fucking spent my first year just thinking only about projects. So I'm like, so right now,
when you try to make the projects, are you trying to make them succinct and coherent? So you may spend more time rather than just singles.
Well, coherent in the sense of like these 3 EPs, they don't necessarily, each song and each EP don't necessarily like tie into each other, right? It's about the vibe that I'm bringing. So like my old school tape, that's straight old school. You're not gonna get anything else but old school, like, and that's how I make it coherent through the beats, right?
I see.
When it comes to the first EP, I had this idea of doing an intro and an outro kind of leading in and out of each other, and that was like a concept that I worked on, but it just turned out to be a little bit whack, right? So I kind of just scrapped it a little bit and just went with this whole idea of it being an alternate rap EP. Like it's still rap, but it's an alternative version. Like that's what I like about these short EPs. I can create a coherent piece in bare little time, man. Like like I don't need to concentrate too much on themes and shit because I've got that through my beats basically. So yeah, man. Like,
nice.
But when it comes to this album, like fucking hell, it's gonna be heavy to say the least. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Like it's just like you have to have a great album, innit? Like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, these men have great albums, like great start off albums. That's what I want to do. I want to create my own good kid
sense, like the subject matter or the sonics or
subject matter. I want to create, bro. Like this album, fam. Like, how do I explain it? Like, imagine like, okay. Imagine like, oh, fuck, man. It's like, it's deep, bro. It's deep. Like, it's to do with real world shit, but put into a story where like, you can see the parallels, right? You can see the parallels. And in all great stories, to me anyway, they have to show like a parallel. Let's say like Avatar, for example. Like Avatar, why is that such a good film? Like, why do people fuck with Avatar so much? Because CGI has been sick. Like you can get sick CGI. Why the fuck was Avatar so good? Because you could relate to that shit, man. Like that had nature involved, that had races involved, that had a whole bunch of like romance and shit like that. It had everything. The themes made it a good fucking movie. Where like the themes for this album that I'm doing, they will resonate. They will resonate with people. Like I don't give a fuck what people say. Like there's gonna be songs there about like the acid trip you had last fucking Sunday, bro. And at the same time, it will have the song about fucking what's it called? Like being hyped up and ready for something like that you stand for. It's gonna have all of this shit, man. Like, I promise you now, this album is gonna be crazy, and it's gonna take a long time. It's gonna take another few years for sure, but it's gonna be sick. That's the one thing I'm looking forward to.
Nice. So like these singles that you're gonna be dropping are leading up to something. It's not just dropping for the sake of it. It's like
I don't know, like,
audience or.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I think with every single people are doing it to build up their build up something bigger in it. Like whether it be an EP or an album or a mixtape or something, it's always leading up to something. But for me at the moment, like it's gonna be a lot more singles than projects for a while. Like at least I think a couple of years at least. It's just gonna be straight song after song after song on some Rust shit, like every week type shit. Hopefully, inshallah, hopefully that shit will work out. But yeah, man.
Nice. So like over this conversation, we've gotten to like I know a lot about you, your origin story, your name, your process, the music you like. So is there any people that you really want to give like a shout out to? Like now you've told us like what you got planned, like any people that you've worked with or like are gonna be working with that you want everyone that's listening to check out.
Right.
Or links in the bio.
So I want to shout out Fraser. I kind of got into this shit like not through him, but he kind of opened my world up. Eloise Massimo, she's a sick singer.
They both performed at your event, right?
Like, yeah. Those two were from the event.
Yes.
They're the guys that I fuck with. So Eloise, Fraser, my guy Malik, who's with me, like telling me what's shit and what's not. He like no matter what, like we'll still be close. Like Malik is a G. I got fucking Fincher production engineer, like he's a sick engineer. Fucking Hillary Wolf, fucking what's it called? From the guys from the event that you done, Nick Fraser, Medusa Mike, these guys are lit. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. They're hard. Nick Fraser put out one of the best albums, I think, for a long time. Like, his shit, I can't even remember what the fuck is it called? Like, it's like
Lullabies After Dark.
Lullabies After Dark. Yeah.
We're dropping a documentary about like in a week or so.
Is it? Oh shit! If you need any like fan reactions, fucking guy. And Medusa Mike as well. He's got that song called Drift. That shit is. I've seen it Drift script. Yeah, no, it's hard. These man, like, and like everyone who's fuck with my music, yeah, like from where I'm from, people who just like support me and shit. I may sound like I may move like a dickhead sometimes, but it's all for a reason, man. Like I'm not really a spiteful guy. It's just I don't know, like it's just who I am, innit? Like at the end of the day, I'm grateful for everybody who listens to my music. And also fucking Sam Pemberton, Penmeister, he's doing bits with the photography. Fucking he's a nuts guy. I'm trying to think of who else, bro. Like JTE Films. I'm making a music video with him soon. I'm making a music video with him at some point in the future. He's lit. Fucking who else? I got broke with Ty. He's part of this thing called For Free. It's like a movement. It's like their cult. They're sick. They're live for free. Like they're sick. And like, yeah, man. Like you obviously big up man like Antonio, you get me? Electricity. Don't know. That shit's live, man. Like yeah, there's a lot of people. I realize that my circle's big, but at the same time it's small. Like I'll only chat to a few people, man. But yeah, these guys are important. Very important. So yeah. Fucking hell, how could I forget? Aiden, Vlia Boom, fam. This guy has done every cover for my EP. He's on the visuals. He's on the visuals for every like the ladies visuals on YouTube. Yeah, it's him, and he's fucking sick. He's fucking sick. Like he's a goat, man. I'm not gonna lie. He's sick with it. And also see his progression as well. Like he's live. And also Taylor, He's edited a few of my photos that you see on the gram. Like, he's lit. He's fucking lit. And also, I'm part of this collective called the Creative Ones. And the guy who started it all up, he's called Cairo, yeah? This guy is a nutty guy, man. Like, he done put 100, nearly 200 people in his WhatsApp group, organized the whole thing, got creators from all over the world to come together to create something. So the Creative Ones, like, I'm proud to be a part of.
What kind of stuff have you linked from that group chat?
So, like, bro, JTE Films is from there. Like, he's from there.
Yeah.
Like, you got singers from there. You get podcasts. Like, podcasts is from there. Like, you get social influencers. You get managers and shit. Like, bro, it's a fucking haven, man. I'm gonna try and get you in that group. I can't even lie. I'm gonna have to try and get you. I have to try and get you in that group still.
UK culture, Illuminati type shit.
Honestly, man, shit's crazy. Like, he's done this. And also, like, Lucas and Jackson Romaine, yeah. Jackson Romaine, shout out to him for giving me Fruity Loops. This guy's a fucking legend in the making. Lucas, he's been with Fincher Production, part of DBA, like this rap group, and he's a sick guy, man. Like, he's taken me on board. Like, we've collabed on a couple of tracks that are yet to be released. So yeah, man. Like, yeah, those are the guys. Those are the guys, man. Those are the bros. They're for real. They're sick. And fucking couple people that just have been listening to my music from the start. Like, who is it? Like Bong. He'll know who he is. Bong. Like Esme. Like, these man. Like, they've been listening to my music for, like, from the start. Like, it's crazy. So, like, they see the progression more than anyone. Like,
4 doors missing in a 4x4. 4 doors missing and they can't afford gas. All 4 winning. 3 from the cats. 1 more mission to go to Canada.